Hello, hello, hello! Welcome
Hello.
to another live stream talks here in the world.
Yeah.
And don't forget to engage. Today we will have a really interesting topic. This will remind me about the ET times. ET, go home.
Mm.
Welcome everybody. So let's start the round to see how's the day in the different parts of the globe which are here today. So let's go a little bit from Portugal. Let's go a little bit north to UK. Carinder, how is UK, England today?
Um, it's all right. Looking outside, bit rowdy, but people who are watching this, be careful. There are some hackers about, right? People are taking punches of forecasting people. So people who are out there, just be careful. Better from passwords, better anything on you. Be careful and do not trust anyone that is you on hacker. Because like yesterday, my experience from yesterday was really, really bad. And like I know that like my health was like gone on my other one. No, no, not this one. But yeah. So like anyone out there that just like want to make a strong password, I would recommend going to strongpassword.com, going to genuine, and then they will tell you what password to make. Because like there are some hackers out there are not very nice.
Okay, thank you so much, Carinder. So let's cross the ocean till Canada, and we are landing close to Sarnia to meet our amazing friend, the wolf, or Dom the Wolf. How are
Hey,
you, Dom?
not bad, Marco. It's kind of sunny here in China, but it's cold. It's only a chilly 6 degrees Celsius. Not sure what that is in Fahrenheit, but still a little too cold for myself. But yeah, I'll be on with you guys as long as I can. I've been asked to host karaoke here for at the hospital for the patients here, and they said that I would do that. So I'll be doing that for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. It gives me something to do, and it gives them some music to listen to, just to pick up their spirits. I'm all about helping people, so if that's what I can do to help some of the patients, then I'm all for it.
Dom Sinatra. Oh my God, so good, so good. And let's get back to Europe. How are you, Chris? Ça va?
Oui, ça va. Merci, Marco. It's rainy and windy Belgium today, but I'm okay, and it doesn't rain inside, so I'm lucky now.
I think today here we don't. Yes, we didn't have rain, but it's the temperature dropped
Yeah.
Yeah.
significantly. And so let's get back to England. How are you, Mr. Stephen?
Hello, Marco. Hello, everyone. I'm okay. I'm fine. I mean, this week is an interesting week because the clocks have gone back in Europe, but not gone back in the USA or Canada, which makes for an interesting life when you're trying to arrange an international show like this is. Because we know there's only a 4-hour time difference at the moment between the UK and
Oops.
Other than that, everything is well. Quite busy, enjoying Amazon Live and
Mhm.
having fun over there.
Yeah, I saw you on there.
Perfect, perfect. So I think our friend Harper is having some issues with the satellite connection. So let's get to the topic of today. There's an UFO coming and lands close to you. There's some friendly aliens coming and they ask you because they want to know a little bit more about planet Earth. So
Mhm.
they ask you one person to interview, to meet, one place to visit, a book to read, and an object to take to their planet. Which recommendation do you have? Let's start with the gents that need to go a little bit earlier today. So, who want to start, Stephen or Dom?
You go ahead, Stephen.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I would. If an alien landed in Wiltshire, then I would take them to visit Stonehenge, which shows that we've been civilized for thousands of years, and this is what it used to look like, and this is what we've done to it. And show them the difference between living now and living 4,500 years ago. So that's the place to visit. The book, I would have to go for The Name of the Rose by Umberto Eco,
Mhm.
because it is the story of civilization, really. Uh, it's about knowledge is power, and whoever has the knowledge in our world today has the power. It's not money that counts, it's knowledge and the ability to, because back in the day, I mean, the book is set in a monastery, and
Mhm.
in the monastery, the monks live, and they have one job, and their job is to copy books. There was no printing press then. They had to copy books. They
Mhm.
had to copy books by hand, and beautiful artistry, just works of art. The books are, unlike the mass-produced uh, books today. So
Mhm.
they are the guardians of knowledge within the monastery, and the local lords and earls can go to the monastery and they can read the books. The peasants, or the normal folk, are not allowed to see what's in the books because it might be a problem. So knowledge is
Mhm.
power. Name of the Rose. Also, I'd show them the film with Sean Connery, because that, if it doesn't excel them, then Sean would. The third thing, something to take back with them.
Yes.
Okay, I would tell them about COP26 and the conference up in Glasgow and the fact that we're trying to make the Earth greener. And I would give them, as a going away present, a Sinclair C5 to show that we do know about electric cars, because that car was ahead of its time.
Perfect. And I think the person you recommend them to talk with.
Oh, the person I would like them to talk to is the Queen.
Mm.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. She, she has
Sure.
been monarch of the UK since 1953. She's lived through everything that's happened in the UK. So
Yes.
I would love to speak to her. So the aliens most certainly would gain by speaking to her.
Mhm.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much, Stephen. And before heading to Dom, let's welcome Maria. How are you, Maria, today?
Very well, thank you. I had to adjust my camera. Thanks, Stephen. Best thing is when in doubt, shut the whole thing, the system down, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think your camera doesn't handle with all your beauty, Maria. I think it's the
Oh
problem.
my goodness, thank you. My goodness, what a charmer. Thank you.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's 3 points. That's 3 points.
Uh,
Harper, how are you today? Harper? Harper.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Woo.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I
Yes.
can hear you.
My computer was, I had so much lag. It was really terrible. So I had to restart the computer. So
Me too.
good morning from Arizona. As far as there's really not a whole lot I would have aliens even come and see in Arizona. I mean, they already land in Rockwell, which is not much different than
Right.
than southern Arizona. But I tell them to go to Tombstone so they can see what we used to look like, and send them up to Phoenix and let them see how we evolved, I guess. So, but as far as who to talk to, they can go to Washington D.C., I guess, and
Mhm.
hang out with the
Yes.
president and stuff. So that would always be an interesting conversation, I guess.
That's funny.
Okay, let's get back to Dom, and then you will finish Harper,
Sure.
because Dom has his artistic appointments. Dom, tell us.
Well, let's see. If aliens came down for a book, I would want them to read one of my classic favorites from my childhood, The Black Stallion by Walter Farley. That's a fantastic book, and it's an enjoyable read. So I would think that they would enjoy to read that. Something for them to take back would be I'd share my knowledge of MS with them, that so they could take it back to their home planet and share it with their people. And person for them to meet, I would have to go back to one of my favorite actors from back when I was a kid, Lee Majors, who played the Fall Guy. The Fall Guy. So I'd have to talk to him. That's all I'd have for him. That just about sums it up.
Okay, thank you so much. I think one of these days we should ask Dom to sing to us.
I can
Yes.
do
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
that. Absolutely, I can do that.
So I think what we can do, we can send him a playlist with our requests,
Yeah.
so he can prepare in advance,
Mhm.
and then play that song for us again. Not Sam, but Dom.
Absolutely. No problem singing for anybody.
Thank you so much. So let's cross the ocean back to Europe, and let's start with the ladies. Chris, what do you have
Well,
for us?
Well, I myself, I was an alien when I entered education because my parents are business people, and I came to work in a vocational school, and that's no other thing. I don't know those people. I didn't know the students. It was an all new world for me. So I had problems to make the best of it at the beginning. But I have learned that, and now it's okay. But in the beginning, I was really a real ET there. So I have some empathy with those people. And I am a medievist. And Ghent in Flanders, it's 40 minutes from my hometown, St. Nicholas. And it's a hidden gem in Belgium. It has medieval buildings. The most remarkable building is the castle of the Counts of Flanders. That is from the Middle Ages. It has also churches like the St. Bavo Cathedral, the St. Nicholas Church, the St. Michael's Church, and they are all in a short distance from each other. So you can do it on foot. You don't have to have a car to visit that all. And that is also the most known painting of the world, the lamp gods, of the mystic lamp, like they say, which has a part that is stolen. It's still a mystery, dus it's a Halloween thing. And in the Castle of the Counts, they have a museum of torture things.
Oh boy.
Yeah, dus that's for this time, that's a good thing now to visit. Then some people to meet. I think Carl Boll, it's a person who is making his PhD. It's doctorate now, and it's about virtual reality. So I hope the aliens can help him with the doctorate. And he is helping me now to make something special for our students, so they can make some practice with such a headset on. Dus therefore, I want their help. Another thing that I really want, that is that every alien who knows nobody reads this book. And it's a present that I was given by my favorite podcaster. It's Nobody Knows You from Michael Humble, and it's a marketing book. It explains what you can do when your website and your YouTube channel aren't known very much, and how you can scale all those things. A very interesting thing. And for the rest, of course, what will they take with them? A great box with Belgian chocolates, because they are so good. And I want that I can give you, everybody here, such a box. That's my thing.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And I'll suggest not speaking about chocolates on this show. This will be a banned word because I think Tom already spoke about chocolates.
Yeah.
I'm watering. Perfect. Thank you so much. Well, so let's keep with the ladies. Maria.
Okay, I didn't hear all the questions because I had trouble with my camera, so I missed all that. So just ask me the questions one after another, then Mark, okay?
Okay. So first thing, not any word about chocolate. Okay.
No,
So,
no, I promise. I had
First rule.
Michael last night.
Okay. So a UFO
Okay.
and lands close to you. So some friendly aliens come out and they ask you a person to talk with, a place
Okay,
to
what?
visit.
Okay, just one moment. Okay, a person.
Okay.
Okay, a person to talk to. Probably I would send them to one of the winery owners because Niagara-on-the-Lake is full of wineries. The whole region has over 100 wineries. So I would suggest he goes and so to one of the winemakers. So that would be very special to speak to a winemaker and find out how to make wines. That's the first thing, okay? The second thing,
A place to visit.
oh, it would be over here in Fort George in the town of Niagara-on-the-Lake, because that's where we had the War of 1812 against the Americans. So it has a lot of significance. And also, Niagara-on-the-Lake used to be the capital of Canada. So it's a beautiful little heritage town with so much history going on here. That's the second thing.
Okay.
Yeah, what I mean. Hi.
Sorry, Karina, please let Maria speak, please. Otherwise, I won't let you eat chocolate. A book, Maria, please.
Oh my goodness, I've read so many really good books. I would say one of the most profound that I read, many I've read, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Really good book. I read it in school. I don't know the name of the author, but it's really stayed with me. That was a very, very good book and very, very good movie.
Perfect. and a person to. I think it's something, an object they could take,
Huh?
not
Oh,
chocolate.
great. Okay. A bottle of wine, a couple bottles of wine from the Niagara region. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They can go. They can get tipsy until they reach their planets.
Dylan, do you want to say something?
Yeah, we're doing well. We've got wine and chocolates. That's a
Yeah,
good
there
start.
you go.
All you need
Yeah.
now-
Well, with
All
wine
you
I'm
know
okay
is
because I'm
pizza.
not a wine specialist. And for instance, people usually they ask me about Portuguese wine, and I said, okay,
Hmm.
next question, next question. Because I almost drink water all the time.
Okay.
There's only a beer that I like. It's a Spanish beer. It's from a brand close to here. I call it Estrella Galicia. They have this special edition, 1902 6 and 6. Okay, I think it's the year they founded. They established the brand, so they have this special, and it's, even though it's a strong beer, okay, because when you drink too much, after you'll get a kind of, I don't know why,
I know what you mean.
but it's a really good it's an embodied beer, and I love it.
Mhm.
But otherwise, people they ask me, okay, wine, and I say, Houston, we have a problem. Okay, so I think it's my turn because Corinda left the building, so he lost. So he
No,
goes to
I'm
the
here.
end of
I'm not there. I'm
Chicken
here.
death.
he
No,
goes
I'm
to
here.
the end of the queue line.
I'm here.
So
Mm.
a place to visit. I think my small little town they would love to see. It's a really old town, so I think they would like to see the mountain where they have an amazing sight. They can see the river meeting the sea and these amazing landscapes. I think I don't know if you saw that. I think I already shared with you the some photographs about this mountain close to the city. Okay, and there's a church in the top. It was inspired by the Sacré-Cœur at Paris. And, and from the top of that building, even though it's not easy to reach that place because you have to climb a really narrow stairs to get there. Okay, but National Geographic said that there you have the third most amazing view in the world.
Well.
Okay, so eat this. So I think a nice place to visit. A person to call with. Maybe Mr. Elon Musk. Because lately he said that if someone explained how with the $6 billion he will stop the people starving in the world, I think it's not the right question he has to make. The thing he has to answer or to ask is, how can I help with this $600 billion? I think it's and there's something that I saw these days, because there's this space fever rush or something, and there's so many problems here in the Earth to solve. Why this rush to go to the space? I leave it there.
Yes.
I leave it there. And okay, let's see what else. A book. There's a book called, I think the title in English it's the same, because it's from an island in Polynesia or something. It's Papalagui. Okay, so this was a native from some island there in Polynesia that came to the Occidental civilization, and he was astonished with everything he saw. everybody's in a rush, everybody crazy and whatever. So it's a not a big book, but it's something interesting to read and reflect about how things are going on our side. So I think
Michael,
they
he'll
would
be
love
there.
to. Please let me finish, Houdini. Please let me finish.
Yeah, let him finish.
I'm about to finish, my friend. Something they okay, I think we already have the dessert, chocolate. We have the wine.
The
So
wine.
let's send them some bacalhau.
Okay.
All right.
Brilliant.
That way, and for instance, I don't know if you saw my post on Saturday night.
Yes, I have seen it.
For some of
No, no.
I ate a so tasty bacalhau in a really cute place, small place here close,
Mhm.
around half an hour from my house. Okay, in the middle of the mountains, a really lovely place. So I think this would be my souvenir for them. So now, Karina, you can talk about your suggestions to the aliens.
So, if I was like if any was in the community, I would take the big, what they call it, what they call it in the UK, when you're the big, it, in our country.
Has anybody got that?
Mm-mm.
Like, when you
No.
have the big, it in
No.
our country.
I can't see what his hands are doing to the charades. Doesn't
Yeah.
work either.
That's
Can you
Houdini.
can you take your circle off, Corinda?
Yes. Get out of the circle. We are saying all the time, get out of the box. Now it's time to get out of the circle.
Expand your comfort zone.
No, I
Yes,
was just
you
saying,
have
you know
a
that thing,
circling
that this
comfort
thing,
zone.
that not in the, in England, when you have the big whip, right? What's that called? One of the big whip. In the
No, I'm
UK.
struggling, Corinda. Sorry.
You know that in the UK, in our country, we have a big whip, right? If the alien comes to England, if alien comes to England, I will whip
No.
them. Like, proper whip them. Yeah, the book I like is what Diesel was saying, the roses. The rose, what's it on his Amazon, on his house, that book.
I'm struggling. What's your favourite book, Corinda?
Yeah, the one
Which
you
book would
said.
you give them?
The one you said.
The one you said.
What, the name of the rose?
Yeah. Name of the rose.
Okay, so they will take 2 volumes of the name of the rose. And a place to visit, Carinder.
Place to visit, Amsterdam.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
But can they smoke weed or not at all?
No,
That is much sweet, yes.
As long as they're
And
not driving.
space cake. Space cake for the aliens.
No, no. But Amsterdam is amazing place because before the lockdown, me and I was on the show and I went to Amsterdam for the forecasting event. I remember that. And Amsterdam was the best one.
Okay, and so what? Do you talk? Did you mention the person, Carinder? I think you didn't.
Person is, well, the person, if I was going to interview someone, I was going to interview the is WhatsApp with Russia from Apple.
Okay, if aliens want to know what life is like on Earth, I would say that they need to speak to Mr. Bean. On that
Yes.
note, on that note, have a great week, everybody, and
Thank you so much, Stephen.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Have a
much,
good one,
Stephen.
Bye, Stephen. Bye. Nice seeing you again.
Bye.
So we have Mr. Bean.
Yeah.
So and because okay, let's be kind of the environment minister. Okay, we have this summit
Oh,
these
no, not
days,
politics.
and Corinne mentioned Amsterdam, and one of the things besides weed, when we think about, and I won't be talking about the red light district, Corinne. Don't be naughty, okay? So the thing, one of the things we think when we think about Amsterdam, it's bikes, okay, and
Tulip. Tulips.
when we talk about these things, which resolutions do you have in mind so we can avoid this catastrophe about environment? Who wants to start?
Yeah, okay. At the moment, now you mention it, about the MP, in England, in our country, we have got BJ, Boris, right? He, yesterday, he went on the climate change. Now you mentioned it, Michael, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, Chris.
Well, for me, I find it's a very difficult question because I
Yeah.
really don't know what to do to make the climate better. They say they can take electric cars in Belgium, but electricity, that's also a thing that comes from something other. So I don't really know what can we do, and I don't know if we can do something because in the history we have always had climate changes. So it can be that we can make the things last a longer time and avoid something, but I don't think you can really change the climate for every time. I don't know. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. Dom.
I'd say maybe try to find a way of uh, not transmitting as much greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. It's depleting the ozone. And global warming is a big issue. And if we all played our part, maybe we can try to get that under control.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I would say the same thing about the greenhouse, like Domingo said. But the other thing is that we have to stop cutting down our forests, and we have to stop developing the Amazon because a lot of our oxygen is coming from there. We have to plant more trees. That's the first step if you want to become greener, not the other way around, and have more people enjoy the beautiful outdoors because it's just so beautiful out there, especially here in this time of year. But the earth is beautiful any time of year. You just have to get out there and enjoy it. Less focus on the industrialization and more focus on nature. That's for me, Marco.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Harper.
Being a history buff, kind of like Chris was saying, it is a cycle in the planet.
Yeah.
About every 70 million years, it comes around for a full cycle. And we are on a warming trend. I mean, just as long as humans have been on this planet, we've had 2 ice ages.
Yeah.
And I mean, there. I don't think we're going to change. There's anything we can do physically as a species to change that cycle. I mean, that's just kind of the way that um, the planet is. But I do believe that we could do a lot of things to improve our air quality.
Yeah.
And yeah, getting out of the high pollutant industrial type buildings. We've got the technology now where we can do a lot of stuff without a lot of pollution. Um,
Mm-hmm.
One of the downsides that I see is that what we call first world countries or developed countries do a large part in cleaning stuff up, but then the other majority of the world doesn't. They'll physically dump trash into the ocean or the sea that they're next to. That's how they deal with their trash problem. So I mean, it's you can have part of the world trying to fix their stuff, but then you get everybody else doing. It's got to be a whole
Mm-hmm.
planetary type thing where everybody's fixing it. And I think a lot of it's got to be technology has to be shared with. I mean, why is Africa so undeveloped? Why are they so guerrilla warfare type thing? Why I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know the politics of it. U.S. doesn't really do a lot in Africa, but
But
that
also,
seems to be a very undeveloped. Hang on a second, Marco or Grinder. But I mean, it's got to be. We've got to start being able to share what works for cleaning. For getting rid of trash besides dumping it in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
We get a lot of
Yeah.
it on the U.S. West Coast because a lot of it comes from the Far East, and that's just kind of the way that the tides roll as it pushes everything over. So
but Papa, right? Let me ask you this: you think that Joe Biden with America, you think he's looking after climate change as well, or you think he's not very good as the president?
I'm going to go by your rule and not talk politics, but I,
Yes.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Joe Biden, so I'm not going to talk about Joe Biden. But as far as what I think, was your question is, does he think climate change is real? Is that your
Yeah,
question?
yeah.
I don't know what he feels. I don't know what he
I
feels.
think
I
he
mean, it's obvious. It's the thing with any kind of research is you're gonna come up with whatever you're looking for. If you
Yeah.
come up for
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to find evidence that climate change is real, you're going to find it. You can go on to Google and you can say I don't believe in climate change, and it's going to give you all kinds of things that proves that climate change is not real. You can
Mm-hmm.
say into Google, I love climate change, and it's going to give you all the things that proves that it's real. So you're going to find whatever you're looking for. Any kind of research you do, you
But
have to
you
have an
make
open
climate
mind and
change
you
in
have
the
to
first
search.
place.
Hmm?
But you make climate change in the first place. Like you made it. We don't know. Anyway, we don't know if you actually made climate change in the first place. When in our country, when you have like Tony Blair, George Brown, all the prime ministers that we had, we feel now Boris Johnson only the one that is a climate change. None other than the prime minister in the UK is climate change. So really, they don't know who's what. Like, they don't know, okay, this is the climate change, this is what we do. Climate change, done it. Or climate change, not done. But they need to stop the people doing what they used to do. Especially in Canada. Especially in Canada, right? That NDP, that Jasmine King, he was an NDP in Canada. He's the one that told, what you call it, the climate change to be changed. I agree with him. But with Joe Biden and like Boris Johnson, I don't believe them.
Okay, it's my turn to speak. If you don't
Okay.
mind, Karinda.
Mm.
Can I? Will you allow me, Karinda, to speak as well?
Yes, go
Thank
on.
you so much. Thank you so much.
But yeah, I mean, I think that there's. I'm going to stick with the story that there's, I think there are a lot of people believe if the media tells us that, hey, we need to do all this because, and it'll stop climate change. We're not going to stop climate change. I think we need to look
Yeah.
at again. I'm going to stick with my opinion on we need to clean up air quality because
Mm-hmm.
that is
Yeah.
that one of the things that I my personal thing is that and I don't know what you guys hear on the news as far as but here in the US, COVID hit the Navajo Indian Nation the worst in our country. And when I drove up to Seattle a couple months ago,
Yes,
I think I realized why it hit the Navajo Nation so hard. And this is kind of on what Maria was talking about with trees. When I drove
Mhm.
through the Navajo Nation,
Yeah.
I didn't see one tree,
Yeah.
No.
and
That's the
it is the largest Indian reservation in the U.S. It is a big corner of
Yeah.
the state of Arizona.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
not see one tree in there, and
uh-huh.
I'm like,
You
I
know
mean, it's no
people with
wonder
that.
your hang on, it's no wonder that your air quality was so bad that
Mm-hmm.
I mean they don't have that fresh air to keep breathing in and your immunity to work. So I mean we've definitely got to find. I mean, and northern Arizona they get snow, they get rain, they get all kinds. They get the four seasons. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what the problem is there, but
You know people with that. You know
what's
people
that?
with that. You know people with that. Before Joe Biden, Donald Trump. It was
Okay,
Donald Trump.
not talking about names about politicians. Okay, end of story. So
Mm.
let me talk about this topic, if you don't mind,
Mhm.
Karinder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Marco,
the thing is,
can I just quickly say something? I have to head out. I got that.
okay, Tom.
So I'll
So
see you all
we will
next week.
put you the playlist, our
Yeah.
requests,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
Yeah,
and
you
you
can
will
do
see
that.
Thomas.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'll look it up on YouTube and I'll do them all for you. But yeah, I gotta step out, so I will see
Okay,
you all
thank you so
next
much,
week.
Tom. Enjoy.
Bye for now.
Bye
Good seeing
bye,
you,
my
Dom.
friend. Bye bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Yeah.
So the thing is, yes, climate changes they happen, even though we want or
Mm-hmm.
we behave properly. The thing is, we are putting the foot in the gas.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Hmm.
this is we are speeding up this thing. The other thing is we are consuming more resources each day. It's kind you have the same cake, but you have more people and they are eating more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not cake enough for all these people. Okay, and I think, as you mentioned, the problem with electric cars is like, and I saw this lately here, people making some manifestations against the lithium mines, but at the same time they are saying that electric cars are a good thing and they are buying cell phones like crazy. So this doesn't make any sense. I
No,
think
wait,
the
John.
I think the first thing we need to do is us, not we shouldn't wait to the politicians or whatever. Us is to do that because we are being kind of brainwashed if you want to be happy, and this is something that also upsets me, it's this dictator of happiness. It seems like you have to be happy all day. That if you're not happy, you're unhappy. Your life is a misery. Okay, and we heard. And the thing is, and we can talk a little. Okay, we have time to talk about this as well because by these days I think we never spoke so much about happiness, and I'm pretty sure that we are not that happy that we were, I don't know, maybe 50 years ago. And this is kind of crazy, but the main thing for me is we need to consume way less than we are doing right now.
Maho.
Please
This
let me
is
finish,
right.
please, Carinder. Let me finish because I have some important things to say.
Right. Mhm.
No sound, Maria. You are muted. So I think the main thing is this, and we are kind of every day they throw us things, and we go to Instagram and we see these people buying, buying, buying. We are so floated by people buying, 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 and this is the
Mhm.
main point. We can't be buying, consuming that much.
Yeah, yeah. I think there's a lot of waste, especially here in the U.S. We're we're spoiled in our lifestyle, and there's so much food waste and stuff. But
Mhm.
um, I mean, when I was a kid growing up, in high school and stuff like that, it was one of those. Big thing was send food to Africa, send food to all this kind of stuff. But the problem is that it doesn't get to the people. I mean, you've got people who are in power, and then you got people who are actually in control, which are usually different,
Mhm.
like in Africa, and so they don't any money or whatever like that that goes to help feed the people doesn't actually get to the people. It gets
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
taken from
yeah. It's
from
another
whoever's
thing.
in control.
Yes,
Mhm.
So,
yes, yes,
but that's why I think it's got to be a worldwide effort, not
yes,
necessarily a worldwide government, but
yes.
everybody needs to
Mhm.
see what the problem is and say, hey, you know what? Here's what we need to do, and we need to hold those countries, the whoever's in control of those in power in those areas, accountable. So
Yeah.
but
I just adding something about what you mentioned.
No way.
Harper, a few years ago, I was talking with a lady which was in Angola as well. I don't know if you know it. Angola was one of the Portuguese colonies, okay, and they got many helps. And the thing is, those food, furnitures, and everything that went there, humanitarian, they
Mhm.
were they were selling they were selling that things in some markets.
hmm
That's a big issue. Maria, are you on? No sound, Maria.
No
no
sound.
sound.
Maho.
You're doing a Charlie Chaplin, Maria. Use
Mm.
signs.
But Maho.
Yes.
Sorry, but I got what you saying about electric cars. Sorry, I got disagree with you there. I disagree with you. You know why?
Yes.
This
Tell
is
me.
my opinion. I disagree with you because petrol is good. Diesel in this country, we have petrol, we have diesel, right? For the aeroplane. They are good. Electric cars are not safe. And also, right, if you look at some people with climate change, what you were talking about earlier is about, oh, they have electric cars, they have this, they have that, blah, 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 whatever, right? This isn't very good for the environment, right? this is a very good for environment because we need petrol, we need diesel, we need oil, we need what carbon for ourselves. So that's my opinion. I don't know about you lot, but that's my opinion. What about you, Chris?
Okay, but for instance, when you produce an electric car, it's more pollutant than it is a gasoline car. So I don't think the thing is, I'm not against electric cars. Let me okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying is that they are not that so different than gasoline cars. One of the things we should do as well is to avoid, for instance, if we need to go to from the living room to the bathroom, go with car because sometimes we see these kind of people. Okay.
No, sorry.
I have a friend which had to go to the cash to get money. This I don't know if you have there. I think these cash machines, and he just needed to walk. I don't know, maybe 200 meters.
Hmm?
He goes by car, and he was a scout, by the way. Let me
Also,
okay.
Yeah,
So
but
I think that's the
Mhm.
main thing. Instead, this was kind of the same conversation we had when we had this conversation about being a vegan or eating meat.
yes.
I think the thing here is good sense. It's the right word. Common sense. Okay. And instead of being like a crazy, oh, you should do this way or something, I think the way is being careful. It's being more because one of I think by these days, eating more, it's killing more people than eating less.
no, I'm Marco, sorry, but I need to think. I need to think. Because, right, let me tell you, right, when you saw the electric cars, when you saw them,
Mhm.
and when you, like, charge your electric, it runs out quickly, right?
Yes.
Petrol. Petrol is run out. Diesel. I don't know what petrol you got, but here we have like a petrol station, and the petrol stations are very, very good. Now, some people use electric cars, and their battery dies very quickly. So, and also, what I like about petrol is for aeroplanes, oil. Oil is very good for carbon, for wind, for water, and for light. That is four, right? Are important. Yeah. Chris, I don't know about you or Harper. I don't know about you guys, but you guys think that Netflix cars are good now, or you think petrol is very good?
Maria, are you back? Oh my God.
She can't speak.
Oh my God. Welcome, Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah.
You should write down some papers.
Yeah.
The way earlier, you know what
So-
I'm saying now?
Yes, Harper.
So, Corinda, your question is: do I think electric cars are better or petrol cars?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
I think it. My only problem with electric cars is disposal.
Mhm.
The battery on those things is how they make the battery, how they get all the things is worse for the environment than
Yeah.
how they get stuff for a car, and then for a gasoline car, and then disposal. They have no way of breaking it down into pieces to recycle for anything. And where like a petrol car, the engine can be melted down and reformed into something
Mhm.
else.
Yeah.
So that's my only problem with electric cars. Other than that, I mean, I think they would be great for anybody that commutes into a city where there's a lot of smog and pollutants and stuff like that. I think it would be a great idea
Mhm.
for cutting down on that where there's a lot of stop and go traffic. But you know, that's just my thing on. I mean, obviously, I love petrol cars because I drag race, and um, the thing that I like is you can. My country is very spread out, and I can drive all the way up to see Maria and not have to worry about, okay, I've got to find an electric place to plug in
Mhm.
my car, and how long can I do this, and you know. But I mean, that's just kind of the way it is. And with petrol cars, like one of the upgrades I'm looking to do with my Camaro is probably next year I'm going to have it where it'll run on that corn gas. We call it E85, and it's a corn base versus an oil base fuel. But
Mhm.
I mean, it's just you can adapt changes. I mean, from the time that they put petrol cars, controlled by computers, I mean, we're able to burn them so efficient now. It's crazy. I mean, I
Mhm.
don't see why.
What about for the airplane?
What about what?
What about for the airplane? For the
Mhm.
I don't know anything.
airline?
I don't know anything about it. You're talking about airplanes?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think you can get an electric airplane, so
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
think so.
not sure how that would work.
I'm not sure that will work.
Uh, in air refueling would be interesting on an electric airplane.
Yeah.
What about you,
So,
Steve?
dear friends, we came to the end. Sorry.
Oh.
Thank you so much,
Before
Chris,
we go, right? Yes, people, if you want do this, I mean, your boss hope.
We'll talk about diesel another time.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes.
And
Okay.
about hydrogen.
So, bye bye. See you all next week. Bye bye.
Bye
Have a good
bye.